Hello. Today we're going to talk about choosing a domain name for your blog. I don't know if you have a domain name already, or if you already hosted it. If you didn't host it and actually buy a domain name, this is your chance to change it, and you can still change it even if you haven't really branded your blog yet, or really have a lot of followers yet, and haven't really got big at blogging yet. You may want to consider selecting a domain name today, or not today, but learning the steps so that you can come up with a name that can really truly embody what your blog is about and have people follow you and identify you with that name. Also, for branding and logos and all that kind of stuff, you want to make sure you have a great domain name. I don't want you to miss out on the opportunity for that. Choosing my domain name, Blogging to Success, was very important to me, and I went through I'm going to teach you some of the steps I went through to come up with that name, and I hope that you choose a great name or change the one that you have if you're not already too far into the blogging business, or your blog is not that big yet, or you really just got started. This is your chance. Okay, so let's go through some of the steps I went through to choose blogging to success.com. And one of my steps was to definitely make sure that your domain name makes sense. You don't want to have a name that's far out there that you're going to have to put a lot of money into marketing so people understand or try to figure out what you are or what your blog is about. So I like names that are directly tells what my business is about, because when people search on search engines and your blog comes up, your blog name, I usually go for the ones that say exactly what I'm looking for. Like Blogging to Success is telling me this site is about teaching me how to successfully blog. So that's a name that totally identifies with what I'm trying to do. So you want to make sure that your name makes sense. Otherwise, you're going to have to spend a lot of money trying to market a name that like a funny word or funny phrase that people are really not familiar with. It's going to take a lot of marketing dollars because think about Yahoo, Google. Those guys are huge. I mean, they can name their business whatever they want, and plus they have the marketing dollars to do what they need to do to make sure that name gets out there. They can do commercials and radio and spend all that money and all the different advertisements that they do. But when you want to maintain your finances and not spend as much money on marketing a crazy name, you definitely want to come up with something that makes sense. So when people see it in search engines, or they see it on any other type of advertisements that you do, they can go, oh yeah, I know that site, and they can easily remember it. Which comes to the next one, easily to remember. You want to make sure that your domain name is something that people can remember, and that goes back to making it make sense and identifying with what you do. So make sure that it's easy to remember, with words that make sense together. I'm kind of a straightforward kind of person. I don't know what type of person you are and how you think, but I like things that's straightforward in your face. This is what it is, kind of thing. So we got make sense, we got easy to remember, also easy to spell. Oh, there's a lot of people. Remember, the internet is global. You really don't know who is going to read your blog and from what country. So you don't want to pick difficult words that people don't really familiarize themselves with, or never really use in everyday life. So you want to make sure that the word is easy to use. And if it's not easy to spell, make sure you buy the domain name also that is usually the one how they spell wrong. You want to buy that one too and forward it to your regular domain name that you're going to choose that's spelled correctly. I'll talk about all that stuff in another video, but definitely easy to spell, okay? And easy to type. Leave out all the dashes. I mean, don't put in this-my-blog.com. People do not remember those things, how to type out all these dashes and crazy ways and underscores. I don't think you could do that in the domain, but I know people use these dashes and they put numbers. Like I could have done blogging with the number 2 success, which I did buy, but just in case people put it in that way. But most likely people are going to spell it and put blogging with the word to in success. So I try to make it very easy to type as well. Also, make sure that it is short. As short as you can possibly make it, because a lot of people don't remember long phrases. Not too long. I say nothing more than 3 words. That's just me. You may want to add an extra word, but make sure it flows and really makes sense. But you really like to keep it short too, so when you're doing advertisements and things like that too, you don't have to find space for a long domain name. Short and sweet, and like we said, makes sense, easy to remember, easy to spell, easy to type. Already we on to a winning domain name. So let's just take the next step, which is easy phrases. Sometimes you want to use a phrase or a saying. Depends on what you're doing for your business. There may be a popular phrase or saying that hasn't been taken yet. So you definitely want to look into a book of maybe popular sayings or phrases. And if you can capture it and it's short and it's something that people are familiar with, you got a winner. Okay? Let me just wipe my face. I feel like I'm glowing. Also, another step you want to do is your end extension. I'm all about the .com. I'm all about .com. Even if you're in TV, they have the .tv, the .org, and .net. But number one domain extension is .com. So if you can get your domain name to be a .com, this is my blog.com, instead of this is my blog.org, or this is my blog.net. I mean, those people are familiar with to a point, but .com is what everyone around the world is familiar with. And if you can put your business on a .com, that'll be great. If not, maybe .net. It depends on the type of business you're in. You may be in TV. You want to put a .tv at the end or something like that. But definitely see if you could get that .com. Okay? And let's see. Ask family and friends. I had to ask one of my colleagues. I had a list of names that I was thinking about, and he helped me choose this one. Thank you. You know who you are. So thank you for helping me choose this one. It was catchy, and people love the name, and it's easy and simple. So definitely ask friends, and because sometimes you may think you have something great, and then someone goes and makes sense to you and say, that doesn't sound great. That don't make sense. I don't know how to spell that. I never heard of that before. You know, and people could give you a reaction. So definitely put all your names on the paper and see which ones they would select. Okay, check out your competitors who are highly ranked on the search engines. You can go and find a thesaurus and find words that are similar to those that you can use, so your blog can also have a great, highly traffic ranked type name, and also sounds good. It got to sound good though. You got to make sure it sounds good, because like I tell you, some of the top guys have a lot of money and they're using a lot of marketing dollars for crazy names and things that are like out there. So make sure the names sound good. Use a thesaurus that has other meanings. It means the same thing, but they can give you a list of different words you can use. Take that tip. And that's, I think, is about it. Now, on my blog, I give you the link to the article so you have all the steps, and I write a little verbiage on each one so that you can have the steps with you as you choose a name. And I also have some resources where you can buy your domain name. Of course, you know I never leave you stranded. I always give you full resources on everything I do. So, good luck, and I hope you pick a good one. Leave a comment below. I want to know what you think about this video. And anything else you want me to talk about. Okay, so I will see you soon. Goodbye.